Hey Majid, thank you so much for joining me for this interview. And let me start right away with the first question. How did you start your dancing career, and have you always known you'd be a professional in the dance industry?
Hello, Monsieur Katrina. Firstly, I'd like to thank you for having me on your interview today. And with regards to your questions, how did I start my dancing career, and have I always known that I'll be a professional in this industry? Well, to begin with, I've actually never pursued dance as a career. I happened to just stumble upon it.
Hmm.
But the values and what dance stands for drove me passionate about this career path
Hmm.
and shaped me
Mm-hmm.
to be a professional in this industry.
Hmm. I see.
नाच 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 मेरी रानी नाच 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 मेरी रानी नाच 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 मेरी रानी नाच नाच नाच.
So, what qualities does a dancer and a choreographer need to have to stand out and become famous?
Well, I could only think about one word when it comes to this question, and that is being authentic,
Mhm.
especially in an artistic career path.
So, I know that Afro styles are highly popular these days. There are numerous tutorials on the internet. However, it seems that it's more about the vibe and not about the technique. So, is there a secret as to how you can create or cultivate this vibe? Or should one just be born with it?
Indeed, the Afro dance styles and the African diaspora is gaining worldwide recognition at the moment. And this is because the African dance
Mm-hmm.
culture is based off of authenticity and is known to be a social dance.
Mm-hmm.
So, the secret to dancing Afro styles is more of your feeling and the vibe.
Oh, I see. So, vibe is really important. Mm-hmm. And in your opinion, what styles are the most popular
In
now?
my opinion, I think the most popular dance styles around the world, globally speaking, would be hip hop, ballet,
Ballet.
jazz. Yeah, because Afro is still very new and very fresh and is still gaining recognition worldwide.
When you talk about me, I go shine.
I know that recently you have worked at Dubai Expo creating the show. How do you choose what you are going to do? Do you take popular trends in consideration?
Yes, so I've worked for the opening ceremony of the Expo 2020 Dubai, and my role in this ceremony was an assistant choreographer. So we already had a screenplay and a
Mm-hmm.
script written by our creative director, and our role to play in this ceremony was to create the choreography for the movement of the cast performing on this ceremony. So generally, we had our colleague dancers
Mm-hmm.
who were from different backgrounds and different nationalities and different dance styles as well, workshopping all of us with each other to find the right movement for this particular ceremony.
Wow, that seems like a tough job actually. And talking about producing shows, what is the hardest part of the process and what is your favorite part?
Well, I think in my perspective, the most challenging part about producing a show would be a timeline. So generally, the scale of the show, of course, of how big the show is going to be, as well as the time frame that you're given to work with to produce that particular show. And when it comes to regards of what I like the most about producing a show is I think traveling and meeting different people from different countries and backgrounds and learning about their culture. That's very interesting to me, and is really, really fun because you get to see things that you haven't actually seen before in your life.
Oh, yes, that should be curious, learning about other cultures. And time management is always a problem. So, my final question: could you give a piece of advice to a beginner dancer who probably wants to go into producing performances later?
Well, an advice that I'd give to a beginner dancer or a beginner creative is set goals. In life, you want to set goals that you set out to achieve and be disciplined and be optimistic and be ambitious.
Majid, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for answering the questions. It was extremely useful and curious to learn new facts about your line of business and the dance industry.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.